do I launch people into the wild blue yonder? This gun in my hand. Untie me, you monster!
No, I have plans for you, buddy boy. It's your own fault for walking into my trap. Everybody says Falk Zipjam's so smart, and yet here you are.
Your trap wasn't that brilliant. You came up behind me in Terf Alley and sapped me from behind.
It worked, didn't it? Here we are in an abandoned warehouse where nobody can hear you yell.
I should be grateful you didn't drag me to the boiler room of the abandoned grade school.
That place is getting a little gamey. People should have more pride in their workspaces, even if they are criminals.
Why don't you spill your plan already? Tell me how you're going to kill me and take over Parabellum City or the tri-state area or the world, and then I can break loose, squash your plan, and take you down.
Nobody's taken anybody down, and that includes me not killing you. I got a job for you.
Oh boy, what are the benefits? Can I work day shifts so I'm free to fight crime at night?
It so happens I have a date with one Martha Raydeen Moscardino. She invited me to a barn dance tonight.
You needed to tie up a total stranger so you can brag that you got a date?
No, idiot. I need a total stranger to run interference for me because I got 2 dates to the barn dance tonight. Miss Enola Gay Cusamano asked me out 2 days ago.
So you accepted the second invitation and canceled the first one?
No, I'm going on 2 dates with 2 girls at the same time. I'll start dancing with one of them, then you keep that one occupied while I go dance with the other one, and vice versa.
You're sick. Who would do such a thing?
People do it all the time.
What, people villains?
No, I mean, I don't know anybody in real life who did it, but you hear about it lots of times in radio comedies.
I can see where it would be a comical situation in the abstract, but to really go through with it sounds inconsiderate. I've never heard of it on the radio.
You must be listening to the wrong shows. But you won't have time to catch up tonight, because you'll be busy intermittently entertaining these girls, without entertaining them too much. I don't need competition. In fact, if you can act a little mousy or dull, that would make me look good by comparison.
Why would I help you when you socked me on the back of the head and tied me up? As soon as you let me go, we'll fight and I'll deliver you to the police. Or to Doc Salvage's clinic for bad guy-ectomy surgery.
I thought they exposed him for using plutonium or something in his surgery. It just ends up killing and maiming his unwilling patients.
Then it's jail for you. Does that make you feel better?
The reason you're going to do what I say is I got something on you. Something that will make you nice and compliant with whatever I tell you to do. Otherwise, I'll spread your secret and you'll never work in this town again.
I don't really work now. I fight crime on a volunteer basis, which is why I can't afford a car. Nobody pays me.
Well, your name will be mud in this town. I got the goods on you, see? You'll have no choice other than doing what I say. And what I say is you're going to help me keep 2 girls ignorant that they're both on a date with me. That's why they call me the Black Male Wingman.
The Black Male Wingman? That is the worst name. Never mind. We'll come back around to that. What secret do you have that you think would put me in your power?
I know your secret identity. Falk Zipjam is your public-facing hero name, and you're telling me Black Male Wingman is a dumb name. You claim that no one knows your real name, and you don't have a maiden aunt or ethnic servant you confide in, but I rooted it out.
I can't wait.
Your real name is Flick Zoltan.
Wrong. That's a fake name I stopped using.
Flinch Zipjam.
That's the name of my doppelganger from a parallel dimension, and that's not even his real name.
Alderman Grappelli.
What?
I touched a nerve with that one. Your true identity is Alderman Grappelli.
He's been in jail for 6 months. He looks nothing like me. He's 5'2", and people mistake him for a teenager until he takes off his hat and you see the ring of gray hair like a laurel wreath garland thing. What do you call that, like Roman emperors wore?
That just proves you're a master of disguise.
Go ahead and tell everyone my secret identity is Alderman Grappelli. They're all going to laugh at you.
Your real name is the Falcon. People call you that all the time.
They call me that because they don't understand Falk as a first name. Why would my real name include the?
Because your parents were just as bad at coming up with names as you are.
When I get out of these ropes, mister.
That don't matter. Even if you deny your true identity and get everyone to believe I'm wrong, I know another of your secrets. You do have an ethnic servant you confide in, and he does know your secret identity. In your secret normal life, you're a publisher of a general interest magazine called Grit, sold door to door by kids.
Where do you get this stuff?
And you're saying that because you know it's true. Even though you give away cheap trinkets as sales rewards to your army of gutter snipes, Being a publisher has made you fabulously wealthy, which is how you can pay for a Filipino valet named Castro.
Wrong.
At first I thought threatening your friend Castro would bend you to my will, but he's hardly your friend. You think so little of him that you dragged him into your crime-fighting adventures without giving him his own hero name, or allowing him to choose a name, and without an adequate costume. He doesn't even change out of his chauffeur outfit. He just slips on a domino mask. People have heard you call him Castro while fighting crime, and there aren't that many Castros in Parabellum City.
You'd be surprised. It's a small town.
It's a big city with the heart of a small town.
How about the guy with the steel mask that leads Cobra?
What about him? The screamy one with the flat steel visor mask, or the deep-voiced one that looks like his face is steel?
Deep-voiced guy.
How do they get away with calling themselves Cobra? There's no way Hasselbros let that copyright or trademark or whatever lapse.
Because they're a health insurance front group who supports the Consolidated Omnibus Budget Reconciliation Act. Anyway, that guy calls himself Castro too. And none of these Castros are my valet. I don't employ any servants. I don't publish any newspapers or magazines.
That's what a person would say if they wanted to throw someone off who knew their secret.
Let's circle back to your dumb name.
The Black Male Wingman.
For one thing, it won't do to call yourself a black or colored male. We're almost in the 1940s. The more modern formal term is Negro.
No, it's not black male like that. It's blackmail, like extortion. You need eyeglasses or something? I'm paler than you are.
Sorry, it's not a visual medium.
I mean, it's nothing to be sorry about. I'm not insulted by you mistaking me for a black male.
No, I didn't mean... Forget it. The other part of your name is nonsensical too. Wingman? The person who helps an inept Romeo to pick up a girl or keep her is the wingman. It's not the name of the inept Romeo who needs help. Cyrano de Bergerac was a wingman, for example.
Is that the guy who played the French pirate in Captain Blood?
No. But if your whole gimmick is wrapped around that, you'd be a blackmailer of wingmen. I'd be the blackmailed wingman.
You're willing to change your name just for me?
No. And you haven't blackmailed me. Look, we can work this out without me being tied up any longer, and without you needing to get beat up or thrown to the cops later. I can just help you out.
You'd do that?
If I help you, you're not going to kill or injure anyone or rob anybody. The worst thing you'll do is fool two women as if you're on individual dates with them. You won't get fresh with the ladies?
Of course not.
All right, then I'll be your reluctant but not blackmailed wingman. Maybe this will convince you crime does not pay. Next time you can ask someone for help instead of extorting them. You catch more flies with honey than with vinegar.
You want me to become a beekeeper?
Even a random insect name would make more sense than blackmail wingman. You could call yourself, how about something like Captain Coercion?
That doesn't sound very intimidating. Plus, I don't want to join the Army Air Corps. All that phony baloney hierarchy.
You don't have to join the Air Corps. You just call yourself Captain.
You can do that?
Sure. I know all kinds of heroes that gave themselves ranks. Captain Fearless, Captain Fight, Captain Flag, Captain Freedom, Sergeant Twilight, Captain Glory, Captain Valiant, Captain Victory.
Yeah, you're right. Captain Midnight, I think.
No, he was an army pilot in World War I.
Captain Marvel, though?
There you go. Totally made up. He doesn't deserve a single one of those pips on his collar. But don't try and tell him that. He's got a short fuse. This Gun in My Hand is brought to you by the radio advertising minds at Wilkinson, Flask, and Sotto Voce, specializing in turning fine print into fast talk. Guaranteed results. Prohibited in the tri-state area. Which tri-state area? Any tri-state area. Results not actually guaranteed. The wonderful thing about fast talk fine print is you can make big claims people can't hear you retract them. The left hand giveth and the right hand taketh away. Using Wilkinson, Flask, and Sotto Voce fast talk radio advertising services may result in rashes or growths on genitals. We're not sure what causes it, but wanted to warn you in a way that you'd be unlikely to notice. We now return to Act 2 of... We now return to Act 2 of Fight or Flight, Episode 66 of This Gun in My Hand. Barn dance already in progress.
There she is. Hi, honey.
Hello, Gilbert. Who's your friend?
This is my wingman, Falk Zipjam. Falk, this is my little spitfire, Martha Raydeen Moscardino.
You're too kind. I only wish I was little.
Pleased to meet you, miss.
You don't have to be formal. Call me Spitfire. That's my hero name. Say, that brings us right to the topic I wanted to discuss tonight. I gotta admit, I brought you here on false pretenses, Gilbert.
I'd take you dancing on any pretense you wanted, doll.
Well, I'm recruiting for an organization of aviation-themed heroes. We call ourselves Fight or Flight. And I heard your nickname was something to do with Wingman, so it sounded right up your alley. Maybe your friend Mrs. Ziljan would be interested too.
I don't know if I could join a group of heroes. I'm a bit of a bad boy.
You mean like a scoundrel or more like a criminal?
Actually, I was thinking about changing my name to Captain Coercion. Captain something, I'm not sure yet.
Whatever name you choose, Gilbert, I think you might want to go say hello to our friend Egbert on the other side of the barn.
Who?
Over there. You know, our other friend, part of the reason we came here tonight?
I don't see anyone over there but that woman. Oh, sure, there's Egbert. I'll go see how he's doing. Spitfire talked to Falk. He's a laugh riot. Not as funny as I am, but he'll keep you occupied. I'll be right back.
So, Miss Spitfire.
What's with these hokey old tunes? I hope somebody with more modern taste picks the next record.
They probably picked music in the public domain so they wouldn't have to pay licensing fees.
At a barn dance?
I appreciate your invitation earlier, but I wouldn't qualify for your aviation-themed group. Wingman isn't my hero name. It's something Gilbert called me.
But your hero name is the Falcon, right?
Just Falk.
Oh.
In fact, I'm not sure Gilbert would qualify either. He was only half joking. He might be more on the villain side of things than the heroic.
That's all right. We're organizing an aviation-themed villain group, too. They're called the Aviators. The only one on that side so far is Meritocracy. On the hero side, we have a few fellas from G.I. Jake doing a crossover with us. There's Death from Above, Bloodwing, Razorwing, Murderer with Wings, Killer Pole Vaulter, Corporal Just Don't Lead Him So Much. His code name is Doorgunner. One of their Strike Force Shakespeare guys is named Falstaff Turburner.
I can think of a few flyers you might ask. Captain Debo, the airship enthusiast, Backdoor Pilot, Franz Stormers, Race and the Keeled Couriers.
Sounds like those last ones should be Navy.
They fly in spaceships shaped like sea vessels.
That's swell, we'll take 'em. Slash Gorman and Captain Rogers' Neighborhood turned us down because they consider themselves part of Space Forces, not aviators. Snobs, if you ask me.
Oh, here comes Gilbert. He's motioning me to come over there. I guess he wants me to talk to our pal Egbert. No, you stay here. Gilbert will join you in a sec.
Friends named Gilbert and Egbert. What are the chances?
I'll see you later.
Come on, Falk, what took you so long?
Looks like that gal's got her hooks in him. She's a fast worker.
That's right. If you see that gal a lot tonight, she's probably just following Falk. I'll be right back, okay, sweetie? Falk, this is my girl, Enola Gay Cusamano.
Pleased to meet you.
And there he goes. Your friend Gilbert is a flighty one. Which reminds me, our flight-themed hero organization is recruiting. If your hero name has anything to do with planes or wings or the sky, or if you're in the market for a new name, you might be interested too.
No, I usually work solo. Thanks for the offer. Is your group called Fight or Flight?
Not quite. It's 2 words. Fighter flight. A small maneuverable plane that attacks other aircraft is a fighter, and a group of aircraft is sometimes called a flight. Fighter flight. In fact, I see one of my compatriots there across the barn, Spitfire, right next to Gilbert.
Oh, yeah. Say, what do you think of these musical selections? Let's go in the opposite direction and look at the record player.
Mr. Ziljan, you are a card. Don't worry, I won't get mad about the blackmail wingman talking to Spitfire.
You won't?
No, we both invited him here to recruit him.
You did?
Of course. It certainly wasn't for his rugged good looks.
Oh, he's not so bad looking, I suppose.
He seems quite handsome, but he's not my type. He won't be going home with me or Spitfire tonight. She'll be coming home with me.
Oh?
We're roommates.
Right.
Look at him floundering over there. He's definitely one for the villain team.
If you and Spitfire are crime fighters, why are you helping recruit for a group of villains?
It wouldn't be much of a party for fighter flight if we have a bunch of heroes flying around with no aviation-themed enemies to confront. We need each other. And so far there's only Meritocracy signed on with the bad guys.
I heard.
Are you sure we couldn't interest you in joining the Aviators?
Why do you think I'm a bad guy?
Who else would agree to help his friend mislead 2 young women like you're doing?
I know, I'm sorry. He made it sound like a comedy bit. I told him it was a bad idea. But it's just dating, not like I'm helping a bigamist keep his family's secret from each other.
I suppose it's not so bad. He was blackmailing you by threatening your Filipino pool boy Castro.
No, that part's not true.
You don't have to justify your longtime companion to me, my friend.
What? No.
You're cute when you're flustered. Would you like to dance? I promise not to step on your feet unless I see a recruitable flyer.
How could you tell from across the dance floor whether someone's a flyer?
They can't help it. There's always some wings on their uniform. Or they keep wearing their dusty outfit from the Great War. You'd think Captain Midnight could afford some new duds. Now that's more like it. Come on, Ziljan. I can dance and recruit at the same time.
Fighter Flight, episode 66 of This Gun in My Hand was piloted by Rob Northrop. This episode and all others are available on YouTube with automatically generated closed captions of dialogue. Visit thisguninmyhand.blogspot.com for credits, show notes, information on how to subscribe, and to buy my books, such as Little Heist in the Big Woods and Other Revisionist Atrocities. I dare you. I dare you to visit. I dare you to buy my book. You don't have the stomach for it. What would make you join a group of aviation-themed crime fighters? This gun in my hand.